Yo, people, welcome back to Vibes from the Six. Shout out to everybody watching right now. Obviously, Monty and Alan will be joining us at some point throughout the stream. They're just running a little bit late, so we had to start without them. Big up Patrick for joining us, City fan, as you guys already know. Resident Man United fan, Indiana. Long time you haven't been on the channel. I think it's been over like 6-7 months now. Shout out to you, bro.
Over a year, man.
Over a year.
For a year, yeah.
Bro, it feels like it's gone by so quick. And then we got my guy Mojo in the house. Mojo, how you doing?
Big up, man. Big up. I'm good, man. I'm good. It feels good to be back. It's good to see familiar faces, and also nice to be on a stream with Indiana for the first time as well. I'm looking forward to what we have to talk about, man.
There you go. People in the chat today, we're going to be talking about the Premier League predictions for next season. We're going to be giving our top sixes for basically thinking the order of how the top 6 clubs are going to go and if somebody else can squeeze in there. We'll talk about some other stuff like who we think are going to be surprise packages, people who we think are going to underperform. Also, we're going to get into of course, the cancellations. There's no way to get around it. What keeps happening? They keep canceling games. Boys, I don't know about you guys, but I think that's the only place where we can start. Arsenal's game got postponed versus PSV Eindhoven on Thursday. Manchester United Leeds got postponed, obviously, but it's not based in London. It's all the way up north in Manchester. And then you got Liverpool Chelsea, which is a game based in London, but that's not going ahead because of the policing that they're going to have to worry about that. But Tottenham's game versus Leicester's going ahead. Arsenal's game versus Brentford's going ahead. It's just all over the place. Altogether, they've now postponed a total of, 4 fixtures for next week or 3 fixtures? I forget. But yeah, 3 fixtures for next week and a midweek game in the Europa League for Arsenal. So what do you guys got to say? I'll start with you, Mojo, because you were trying to say it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm more confused about the Salzburg game not being cancelled, if I'm honest with you, because when obviously the PSV and Arsenal game was the one that was first announced to be cancelled, and I then just assumed, oh, maybe the Champions League games are also going to get cancelled in that case. So when they didn't announce that and they said our game is going ahead as normal, I'm like, okay, like literally I already knew Liverpool Chelsea game was more than likely going to get called off. Like literally probably 95% of us pretty much thought, yep, there's no way that game goes ahead. I think what's maybe happening, because they put the games, I don't know if the games was like already decided to be on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the way they've kind of done it already. But it seems like there's limited police for them to kind of go around to these different fixtures whilst also doing the funeral stuff. So for that reason, I think maybe what they've thought is, okay, cool, without trying to cancel as much games as possible, what can we do to try and actually still get as many of these games played, and we can then split them out into different days. So I guess that's probably what's happening. It's very strange. It's very last minute, but I guess the situation obviously forces their hand, and they just have to do what they have to do. But yeah, and hopefully there's no more cancellations after this, because I think with it being the World Cup year and stuff, like it's just really weird, really strange to see how many games now the teams would have to fit in, and we still haven't heard back obviously on when these games are now going to be played either. So that's also a whole other question. And now you don't just have the Premier League games, but your Europa League games that now need to be rearranged as well. That's going to impact on Arsenal. So it should be interesting. I don't know how they're going to deal with this, but it's just going to be a very weird season, I think.
Yeah, 100%. I was going to go to you, Indiana. Leeds, Manchester United. I know it's not as big of a game anymore because Leeds fell down a little bit. But do you think it's still that bad where they need to cancel it because of police?
Yes. Do you know what? Listen, Agal, you know what it's like, especially when you're doing podcasts and streams and things. You get those fans who start giving you abuse in DMs and what have you. I've never had more abuse than I have from, and I've shown you, I didn't remember, from Leeds fans. It's always Leeds fans. It's never Liverpool fans. It's never Man City fans or Arsenal fans. Always Leeds fans. It's serious, like it's real. I don't know if you've seen like the videos where it's like random attacks in shops and stuff during the games. Jeez. I shouldn't laugh because it's crazy. It's crazy. It's a huge rivalry. So I get that angle in terms of the police. If I'm honest, I'm still annoyed about this weekend just gone. Because that makes no sense to me. There's no policing. You're allowed egg ball, like catch, bat and run, but you can't play football? Yeah. Why can't you play football? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. So especially to do 2 weeks running, I kind of understand this weekend coming, in terms of the funeral and what have you. But listen, they're gonna have to decide which games are more important. And I actually agree. As we go further through the season, it's going to change it for a lot of teams, in my opinion. You've got the Winter World Cup and already a congested fixture list. Players already playing too much football. I think this international break is a joke as well. I hate internationals. Like I've always hated them. I think it's stupidity, if I'm honest. But it is what it is, man. We're just going to have to get on with it. I hate it. But listen, on the one hand, during lockdown, football was key for mental health and people's needs and coming together. And on the other hand, football's not good enough when we need voices. So it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Because I actually think around the stadiums it would have been good to have done something in terms of acknowledging and paying respects if that was the issue. Because I actually think the real issue of why these games aren't being played are due to hooliganism and fans kicking off during this period of time. I think that's the truth of it. I don't think it's got a lot to do with policing, if I'm honest.
Yeah, we can't cancel the international break. Obviously, they have no control over that. But what you can control is how many people like the goddamn video. So go, please do that. Hit that like button right now.
Smooth.
Yo, Alan, how you doing? It's been a minute, man. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Another year older and wiser, so ready to hit you guys with football knowledge and all that. This show, so it's all good. In regards to the cancelled games, I mean, it was put to the Premier League, like you can play this absolutely fine, and they chose to do this. So it's the Premier League. I think just being the Premier League, they always make the wrong decision. Other sports carried on, and you saw it went quite well. I agree with what Indiana said. It should have been this weekend. It should have been called off, not last weekend, because of the funeral. Like that made more sense. But it is what it is. Just obviously, they've now got to try and put the fixtures back in wherever there's room, if there's room, because obviously the big thing is the World Cup, which hasn't happened before. I think they've mishandled it, like they do a lot of the Premier League. So yeah, for me, although we've all missed one game this weekend, I think Spurs game still goes ahead unless it's been cancelled after. But it's saying it was still going ahead, so. It's beneficial to us to get one of the games out of the way now, free up. So it may be beneficial. Some teams it might not. We'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, for me, I think the Premier League made the wrong decision in cancelling last weekend's game. It would have been made more sense to cancel this weekend. Now teams have 2 games to contend with and playing later on in the season, which for all intents and purposes, there wasn't no room. So yeah, for me, Premier League, again, make a mistake.
There you go. And Patrick, how you feeling? Manchester City's back in action this weekend after last weekend.
Yeah, of course. Champions have to play whether there's stuff happening or not. Champions have to be given the opportunity to play. Look, the thing about this is, I was actually very pissed off last week because I saw the respect. That's why I canceled some of my streams on Thursday and Friday. I saw just, a lot of people who watch my streams are from England, and some people are fans of the family, some people don't like them. So for me, I just wanted to avoid a bit of drama. Just say, I'll cancel. Just let it out of respect. My dad used to say, even if you don't like somebody, to be honest with you, I'm going to say it on this stream, I don't like the royal family because what they've done in our own home country, we've got the wounds to show it. So I didn't care. I said, it's none of my business, but I didn't understand certain things that were happening, especially she's died, right? On a certain date. When you allow like cricket to go on, then the Premier League are given that opportunity. But I was having this debate with some guy, and he's always the guy I go to talk to. He's always level-headed. He's like, look, first of all, you have to remember the people at the top. These are like posh people, money people. This is them to the Queen. It's part of the guest list. I'm pretty sure they get invited for those posh sessions. So for them, it's them who want to give a bit of respect because they don't care about the backlash from us who are just work-class working people. They don't care about that. It's their own backlash. They care that the family will look at them and say, you seriously went ahead and played the football? Because trust me, it's one of those situations somebody says, you say, I want to go out to a club, and your missus looks at you, oh, Go if you want. It's okay. You go. And you sit there. You're like, oh, should I go out? Is this an okay go out, or it's one of those, if you go out later on, you're not going to speak to me for the whole week? I just had the feeling that it was up to them. They wanted their ones to sort of give a respect, because I'm telling you, if there was a vote by the fans, I'm pretty sure nobody's voting for that. I think it was going to be important to play the games, show a bit of emotion. Maybe that's another way, because they have to remember this. A lot of people complained about that we've gone through a lockdown. We understand how big of a figure she is, but went through lockdown. A lot of people, football is on excitement. Let's not lie to ourselves. We were hungry for football, and the Queen being a football fan, and they were trying to paint it with some of the media saying she's a big part of the FA or something. She's an Arsenal fan. I don't know if that's true or people are just bantering. So why don't we play football and then honor her in that way? But at the end, as Indiana said,
Igal, you're on mute.
Yeah, Igal, you're on mute.
Prince William is a big part of football, though. He's actually part of the FA.
That's the thing. That's what I kept on hearing throughout the weekend. Oh, the Queen loved it. Prince William loved it. But the thing is, as you say, the Premier League are always the ones who make a rash decision. They make it too early before everyone. VAR, they were the last ones to bring it, and look at how bad it is. So for me personally, if we're being real, I think they could have let the games go. It's actually Monday, which is the 19th. Where is the burial? I could have understood that weekend. I understand this weekend, because I thought I don't know about you, Igor, but in my country they bury you very early. So I thought she's getting buried already. I didn't know it's gonna be a 10-day thing where she travels around. So I was like, okay, why did you cancel now? Why didn't you wait to cancel the time when it's next to the burial? This coming weekend could have made sense than the last weekend, but I don't get it. So now what's going to happen is this. A lot of games are going to be bunched together. You know, the Prem doesn't care. Sky want their money, their TV money. They're going to make deals. Just watch. We'll be playing games every 3 days, and they won't care at all. They will just say, here you go. Here's your entertainment.
Let me just stop you there. Let me just show you guys the games that are going to be played this week. So you have Aston Villa, Southampton, Nottingham Forest, Fulham. You have Wolves, Man City. You got Newcastle, Bournemouth, Tottenham, Leicester, Brentford, Arsenal, Everton, West Ham, and 3 games have been cancelled this week. 2 games due to the situation with the Queen is passing, and one of them having to do with a train strike. But since the train strike's over, they can't now go and replay that. They can't go and continue that game because, of course, the fans have missed out, and some of them have already changed their plan. So it's too short notice to change it back.
How did they do short notice to cancel the games last week?
They can cancel. Apparently, they can cancel the game at will, but they can't put it back on because of short notice.
Does that make sense? Anybody in the
panel? I don't know.
It makes sense. It makes sense in terms of like they can't obviously, if they're going to reschedule, it has to be done within a period. I guess that there may be like rules or regulations as to how long. Huh?
A lot of it will be to do with sort of being shown on TV and logistics in terms of. Think about what there is. There's stewards to set up. There's police. There's all the stands and stalls and everything around football. Think about what there is at a football stadium.
Yeah,
all of those things and TV rights and what have you. You can cancel it on a whim. You can cancel it right there. But
I mean, to be fair, oh, go ahead, Alan.
If you look at the fixtures that have been cancelled, I mean, Leeds and Man United, I think you saw last season all that in the Premier League, there was fights and stuff like that. So it's still a heated thing. So
huge
needed. Chelsea, Liverpool, always going to be a heated clash. Big Six, there's potential for spillover. And Brighton and Palace is somewhat of a derby because of the location. They're both close. So I think it's actually not anything like that. So where there could be rivalry. So I understand why all 3 of them are cancelled because they.
I was about to say that.
Yeah. So it makes sense why them 3 are. It's obviously unfortunate for them clubs, but it's just the way the fixtures have fallen, the way this has happened. So I can understand why they're the 3 that have been.
Hey, as a Chelsea fan, I'm not complaining right now, man. More time for Graham Potter to do his thing.
Yeah, you know what? Look, you get a preseason, man.
This is what I was gonna say. Who does it favor more? Does it favor Chelsea more with Graham Potter, or does it favor Liverpool more?
I don't think it favors anyone, though.
I don't think it favors the guys who are not playing because the other guys are keeping sharp. You guys are sitting.
Exactly.
Both of those teams needed a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And I think it's a huge injustice. I think they should have been made to play with a brand new manager, and Liverpool should have been made to play on poor form. That's what should happen.
He's the Man United fan talking.
What
now.
is
Let's
this,
go,
man?
let's go.
What is this? What is
To
this?
next year, they go down.
No, I'm sick of all this sneaking around, man. I've had to suffer with poor football for years now.
Hey, I just fired my manager, bro. I've suffered enough. Let me live a little bit, man.
I do. Listen, I've been listening to Man United fans for the last 2 years. Graham Potter is the guy. He
I
is
like
the
Graham
guy.
Potter, bro.
Listen,
Yeah, I actually like him, man. I wish it was.
I
Under
think
better
I think he's.
circumstances, but yeah.
I think he's gonna do all right. I think he's gonna do all right.
Wait. When did Graham Potter become this messiah? Like, I get it. that he
After I can tell you when this was.
Messiah.
So this was when everybody wanted Pochettino, and they were all Potterphiles, and then they realized that he wasn't good at PSG, so they moved on from him, and it was Graham Potter. Graham Potter was the next best thing, so they all became Potterphiles, and now he's gone to Chelsea. They're all like, yeah, he's going to kill it at Chelsea
And
because
don't
we watched
forget
him
what
at
Pep
Brighton.
said. You know how Pep always puts stock on you. As Pep said that
Yeah,
the
but
best
it's-
English manager is Potter for me.
Listen, I think he's done incredible things with Brighton, and I actually really like his story of the way he's come up and managed. I just think I think with Chelsea may have been a bit of a leap too far. I don't know. I really don't know.
It's sink or swim time, really, isn't it? Because you saw.
Yeah.
Let me put it into context for you. Lampard for Chelsea. His first season had the transfer ban. Youngsters got the best out of them. They done really well, better than expected. People were writing them off. As soon as he got named people in the team, they spent money and all that. He couldn't handle the egos. He couldn't handle the personalities. Chelsea flopped, and he was sacked. Potter's had at Brighton players that have listened to him, done everything he wants and all that. And obviously, you can see the better. And Brighton were a good striker away from challenging for, like, I think top 6, maybe top 8. You know, they were just a striker away from doing that because of the football they played. Now he's at Chelsea with big personalities, big names. It's basically going to be one of them things. Is he going to go the way of a Lampard, not be able to cope with them names and be out the door within a year? Or is he going to do what he's done at Brighton and get Chelsea playing and have them be a real threat this season to any team? Well, I hope it's I hope it's the first one because I don't want to see him as a, I don't want to see Chelsea succeed. But he's the way he plays ball. If he can get them firing, then Chelsea are going to be a massive threat.
It's very different, Alan. It's a very different
Can I
profile in terms of players, attitudes, everything. It's very different.
Can I just
Sorry,
say this? I feel like Graham Potter and Thomas Tuchel are still going to stylistically still be playing a back 3 at this Chelsea team because I don't think he's just going to change it to a back 4. We were talking about this earlier on the terrace. Also, when it comes to Graham Potter, I'm not saying he's going to be a failure or anything, but I just think expectations is not going to be as high for the first season and for him coming in as it would be for Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel would have been expected to at least pick up some sort of silverware and guarantee top 4, where now I feel like expectations are a little bit lower. But let me ask Mojo, do you agree with that?
And I wouldn't agree with that. I'll be honest with you. I think expectations are still going to be quite high. I think there's just an understanding that you've got a new manager. There's a whole change in club's ownership, a whole change in the club's vision for what they would like to see us long term. And you can see that in pretty much us giving him a 5-year contract, which at Chelsea is something we haven't done for a long time. And I still, for me, I'm doubtful about. I'm not here going to tell people like, yo, like I believe in these owners and they're not going to do anything crazy. I still have to judge them based on their actions. The fact of the matter is, I think what's become clear to me over the past week since I've kind of had time to really analyze the situation. It seems like for me, they already didn't see maybe Thomas Tuchel as their guy and the guy that they align with, but rather the guy that they've come into and being in charge at Chelsea Football Club, and they've had no choice but to kind of go with him in charge. And as soon as they started to butt heads, they've already started to kind of identify that, you know what, more than likely this guy and us will not identify with each other long term, and we may need to cut the cords whenever the opportunity presents itself. Poor results, maybe falling out of the place. I mean, there's so many stories, some of them believable, some of them not so much. And I think it's just a mixture of all things. But what I will say about Graham Potter is Potter is someone that I said he's ready for a top job as soon as the opportunity presents itself, but they need to back him structurally to do the job that he can actually do, because he's someone that works with the building phase in mind, and he likes to build what he wants to work with. So if a club isn't willing to do that, it just won't work. So for me, Chelsea is no different. If we're willing to build, if we're willing to be patient, if we're willing to actually do what needs to be done structurally as a club, he is more than likely going to succeed in making us at least more competitive than where we've been recently, in my opinion, because people will say that Chelsea have done well with this whole firing and, hiring of new managers and stuff. But 2 Premier League titles in 10 years is not good enough for me.
So
personally, that's how I feel about it.
For me, Todd Bowley is the X factor in all this, because you can't tell me he spent all that money in the summer foreseeing that he was going to have Potter as his next manager, or he's going to go to a thing. I don't think it was. I think he wanted to spend it and get the players in, and then obviously quite quickly it went wrong with Tuchel, and now obviously he's put into a thing. But now what you've got now is Potter coming in and supposing the players he doesn't like, don't work his system, doesn't want to play the way he wants to, or stuff like that. Then you've got a whole half a window. Are they really going to go and spend another 100 million to rectify problems in January?
Yeah, they are.
So I think the point that you guys are missing with that, though, is when you look at the signings that we have made, a lot of them are long-term signings. They're not necessarily like Tuchel signings. Aubameyang is the one player that I can say wholeheartedly that's a Tuchel signing. That's come directly from him. That's a play he's advocated for. That's a play he's been calling for us to get. But the rest of the players, I think Tuchel wasn't against signing them, but I do think that the club was thinking in terms of their vision, what does their team look like in the next 5 to 10 years, and how are they going to make sure that they get these players contracted as early as possible, sign them on the cheap if possible, with some of the youngsters that we signed that are at the moment in academy as well. I do think they're playing the long game in that regard. I don't think they necessarily thought, we're going to fire Tuchel straight away. I do think, however, certain things started to happen during preseason, during the window and all that stuff. And when they've asked him for advice or have asked him to push with ideas and stuff, and there was clearly some sort of friction between the owners and the manager. And as a result, I think as soon as the results went a certain direction, they've decided they were going to pull the plug a lot earlier than maybe someone like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think they've pulled the plug a lot earlier than Roman would have done in this situation.
It's good business.
Very honest.
Let me ask you guys this though. Does everybody here believe that the rumors that are coming out that they did this window with in mind of moving on from Tuchel? Because I don't believe that for one.
No, not at all.
I don't believe it.
I'm starting to believe it. I'll be honest.
No, but when the window was going on, everyone was saying they're backing Tuchel. They're giving Tuchel what he wants. They're getting him the players that he wants. But now that it's over, they're saying, they had this in mind with Tuchel being sacked. It just doesn't add up.
I don't think so. I think that's coming from the club.
Yeah, of course it is. It's all PR, man.
I think I was about to say that to you, lot. Yeah. I do think there's a bit of PR happening with the owners in terms of look, they fired a manager that is very popular with the fan base. Yes, results and situations wasn't going in our favor, but he's very well liked by the Chelsea fan base. And because of that, it means that when you make a decision like this, it's very big. It's not a small thing. It's a manager that's definitely stuck us through a part of last season where we had really horrendous timing in terms of the sanctions and everything that's happened. And he was one of the most positive aspects that we took away from one of the most negative aspects as a fan base we've had to put up with recently. So you can imagine when the fans hear he's been sacked after this amount of games with literally no chance of necessarily kind of getting his chance to embed these players in and maybe change some stuff up, people were going to be against the idea of firing him. So
why?
I do think they're playing a bit of PR with this.
But why against it? If you lose the dressing room and you're not getting along with the owner, you got to go. And everyone has to applaud this.
Yeah, I agree.
Doing that. So we don't see enough of it in football, in my opinion. They hold on to him for way too long. It stagnates the players, and then you kill the competition in the league. So for me, it's
I think with
picture,
Chelsea,
right?
I think with Chelsea, the problem is we've had this happen before, where other managers have lost the dressing room and lost their job as a result. So it's a sensitive conversation.
There's a problem at Chelsea. Player power.
Huh?
Player power. And
100%.
It's always been
tantrums is a huge problem at Chelsea.
Yeah,
that's basically what's
why.
happened here.
But that's why people
what player power went on in Tuchel's situation? I didn't see any player power there.
I don't think it's player power
because you don't see it as not there. It's been going on for a long time.
Apparently, Arteta had a meeting with the owner. Apparently, Mendy was.
But this is what I'm saying. We don't know this.
Yeah,
we're just being told shit.
But some people do know this. Some people do know
I am more inclined to believe he butted heads with the owners rather than the players. That to me seems far more believable than
I think is a bit of both.
I just think, I don't know, just sorry to butt in that. I just think as
No,
a
it's cool,
neutral,
bro.
what I'm seeing from the outside, I generally think that the owners came in with the original plan to back Tuchel all the way, because when Todd Bowley first come in, regardless of what he knows of Chelsea, he could have done, of course, he's probably done all his research as an owner, but he knows Chelsea as one of the most successful teams this millennium. Like that, exactly that, you know, not long ago Champions League winners. Regardless of the effort, regardless of the cup final defeats, I don't think they'll look into that too much. I think as like American owners and all that stuff there, they just look at how close you are to the silverware. I think they look at football quite black and white.
He used to attend a lot of games, right? He's been to a lot of games.
Yeah, he has. I'm thinking like I just think just compared to Abramovich, I think generally was the life and soul of Chelsea Football Club. Like, you know what I mean? I think Todd Bowley is probably another guy who's going to be very cutthroat and black and white. And I think originally he did come in with the intent of backing Tuchel all the way, to begin with anyway. It's very confusing to see it go left so fast, because it's like putting all your eggs in one basket and then changing your mind last minute. That's what this fight. That's what this
is it though?
Because I think so, because you're not gonna spend.
No,
all that
I say that in the is it has it gone fast? It's gone left so fast, or has the owner acted quicker than we would normally expect an owner to act? Because how many times do we see it where it gets so bad with a manager and they take forever? Like, I just think I'll be honest with you. I think the owners just turned around and gone, actually, there's no way back here. We've lost the dressing room. We're not on the same path. We've got enough time in this season to turn it around and make top 6. Now's the time to do it. I think that's what's happened.
But my point is,
because he has an American football, doesn't he have an American football team, or like does he have another sports team? What's his history like with them? Does he change?
So with the Dodgers, go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
Oh, okay, so with the Dodgers, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say he brought in his own guy. That's all he did. He made sure he brought in his own people, and he didn't really give other people. He didn't give the people already in charge enough time. To see it out. He kind of just came in. Once he's seen that it wasn't working with the new guy, he brought in his own personnel, and I feel like that's what he did here with Graham Potter.
I was about to say
Can I make one comparison after you go, man? Let me make one comparison.
Okay, so with the Dodgers, like what Igal said is basically very true in terms of they bought the team. As soon as they bought it, looked at the situation, analyzed it top to bottom, said, okay, cool, we're going to go ahead with this guy. As soon as they saw things didn't align, results wasn't going in the right direction, they said, cool, cut the cords. We're going to bring someone that aligns with our vision, and we're going to do a long-term build here, and here's how we're going to get it done. And pretty much what they did was they surrounded that situation and structured it in the vision that they've always had. But one of the biggest pivotal thing that they did was exactly the same in terms of what they've done with Chelsea now. They made an early call very, very quickly, which people didn't anticipate. And they wanted to get their vision in line with that manager, because to them, it was like the manager, the backroom staff, the owners, everybody needed to work together. That communication is something that I feel like, and I've got to be honest about it, with Thomas Tuchel, that's always been a bit of a struggle. One of the things he kept on saying at press conferences, if you've had a chance to listen to some of them over the summer, is he kept on saying he can't wait for the window to shut so he can stop being asked about questions in that regard from the media perspective. But he also was tired of being asked by the owners continuously over the summer, like, oh, what do you think of this guy? What do you think of this guy? Should we do this? Should we do that? He was like, I don't want to be involved with that process. I just want to be a coach. I think the meetings, that already was a red flag for them. Huh?
Wasn't he asked for like 2 or 3 meetings a day or a week or something in terms of like transfers and what have you?
I'll be honest,
it's just a bit messy, man.
Indiana, like you put yourself in a situation, right? Chelsea have just changed ownership. They've gotten rid of all the people that were in that board section, the sporting director, whatever you want to call them. They've gotten rid of all of those people. The one thing that has remained is Thomas Tuchel. And Thomas Tuchel, in my eyes, the last thing he should do is refuse how the club is now going to go a step forward, right? The fact of the matter is they were going to ask way more support from him now because they didn't have a sporting director in place. They didn't have a technical director. They didn't have anyone in the backroom staff or structure all set. All they wanted from the manager was...
They've just signed a new manager without all of that.
One second.
Say again?
I don't want to get too stuck, guys, on Thomas Tuchel. Can we now shift it back into the predictions for top 6 and just see like how we can speak about this a little bit further when we get there? And I know you guys have I know you guys have some Champions League games midweek also with the 4 of you guys. Obviously, Indiana, you have a Europa League game. Arsenal's game got postponed, right? So maybe we can make some predictions with that later.
Still living off
the
that
Man
treble,
United game is still owned, right?
Yeah, Man
in the
United
Europa
game's
League.
still on. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
It don't make sense. But yo, Mons, you're gonna say something before we move on?
It was just to do with the Chelsea thing, but I'll try and keep it for later.
Okay. You know what? Let's just stay on Chelsea for 1 second. Who's Chelsea playing midweek?
Salzburg.
Salzburg.
Do we see it? We don't see instant changes, but like, how long do we think we see a change?
End of the season. End of the season.
End of the season.
I know this is not a free hit. End of the season. I generally think Potter he looks a good manager and stuff, but he has never managed. This is going to be his first game. It's his first game that he's going to be good. He would have managed in Europe at the highest level. At the highest level, and I think he's just going to go with what the boys know for now until he can implement his changes with time. That's just how he's going to go about his business, because it's not like he's credible to the point where he's been there, done that. It's not like you lot have gone and got Ancelotti back or something. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like he's been there, done that. This is all new to him as well. So I think he's just going to approach it same sort of thing. I don't think he'll switch to a 4 at the back. I think that's what Chelsea need to do. I think for Chelsea to bridge the gap, let's just say Liverpool do recover and want to close that gap between, them, and they want to get out of that sort of grey area. So not quite being with Tottenham and Arsenal, but being with Man City. I think Chelsea need to go to a back 4 and to stop playing 3 at the back. I think they've got more than enough quality on paper at the moment, but I don't see it happening personally.
Okay. I was just going to say this. The top 6 is boring if we do it from the 6 down. So let's do it from winner down, because I want to see who people have at the bottom. But first, the winner is pretty obvious. So let's get out of the way. Everyone thinks the crown is going to be over Patrick's head at the end of the season.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Man City fans always do this. They're like, nah.
It's so annoying, isn't it? It's so annoying.
Like, I'm a bit worried.
No, let me explain.
I hate to say it, but it's not.
Let me explain. I am
Patrick's the goodest explain bit that he's done last.
Well, who's going to win it? Tottenham.
I don't know. I've heard it from Jan for years, man. Jan City's been doing this for years.
I'm tired of going on streams.
I just want to get top 4. Go on.
No, listen. I'm tired of going on streams with teams like Chelsea, Liverpool, even Spurs right now, and United, who have spent similar in the recent windows and have good quality players, and you always want to come on a stream and just be underdog and say, "Oh, give it to Man City."
You think it's about underdogs?
No.
Bro, do you think I want my club to be underdogs?
There's a
you
reason
think I
why.
asked for this shit?
I'm the only fan who can speak like this, and that's because I'm a Man United fan. And under Sir Alex Ferguson, I expected us every season when we were on top to be finishing on top. Every single time. This is why I don't get. This is why I don't get it.
They're not natural. No. You do get it, bro. They're not natural winners, bro. They're not natural winners.
I'm not having this.
They haven't. Obviously, they're natural winners in the sense that their dominance of the recent era is there. But you see these, man. How about this? I'll say now, most Man United fans are still wretched in their system to this day because they're not winning. Because of how long they were winning. Even the worst, man. This is the worst Manchester United side this millennia. And enough Man United fans still expect the best. You see what I'm saying? Still expect the best.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. If Man City got relegated, no one would care.
Yeah, like, bro.
No one would even think about it.
Right now, you would.
I know you're happy with top 4, and you tried to bring up the money.
Only because Liverpool will be winning the title. That's the only reason why I care.
How dare you bring up the money thing, Patrick? How dare you bring up the money thing?
Let him.
Now, bring up the money. Listen, Patrick, you guys get whoever you want, when you want, without repercussions. without having to recoup that with net
Who's
spend.
not getting whoever
Year
they want
in,
here?
year
Please
round.
put your hand up.
What
Please
you
put your
want
hand up.
when you
Hand
want
up.
it, with
Hand
the
up.
good recruitment on top of it. Yes or no?
Who's not getting who they want here? Put your hand up, please.
No. Yes or no? Yes or no? Am I right? Yes or no?
Everybody is these days. You wait. Look, Man
No. I'm talking about you.
Mods.
Why are you
United
lying?
wanted Nunes. You got Nunes within hours, just like that.
Wait, hold on. Man United tried to get De Jong, they didn't get him. We tried to get Bastoni, didn't get him. How many people did Chelsea try and get?
De Jong was our key player.
Oh, we tried
Exactly.
to we didn't get him.
This mentality for Man City is just nauseating.
Man City didn't get Cucurella.
You only got Haaland because we didn't let you have Ronaldo anyway.
You literally got the hottest prospect. You know what?
Because they ran away from it. Egal, they didn't want to pay, bro. That's why they didn't get him.
They got away with murder. These man, do you know what it is? I nearly got sucked into it as well, because I nearly got sucked into the fact that Man City might regress a little bit, because they sold Sterling, because they sold Jesus, and obviously bringing in Haaland, even though when the signing happened quite early in the summer, everyone was like, "Oh wow," it didn't take long for everyone to just kind of forget that Manchester City have actually signed the hottest prospect apart from Mbappe.
And after Community Shield, also people said we're dead.
No. Forget. No, there's no apart from. He is the best finisher in world football.
Like,
he is. It's a fact. I hate saying it, but it's like I hate looking at the guy.
God help whoever predicted.
He's got the wrong color shirt on, man. And everyone
it went under the radar, bro. So under the radar, because like everyone kind of just started focusing on Man U, and because Man U are Man U.
No. Let's talk about it.
Did you ever think you'd hear this? Do you ever think you'd hear this? Do you ever think you'd hear that Erling Haaland has got the wrong color shirt on because a team signed Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah.
How mad is that?
If his father's a Man City player.
Hey, you lot got fooled into it. I don't know how.
Patrick, I'll be honest. If I was a Man City fan,
he
I
hates
would
you guys.
own it.
Did you hear the press? He hates Man United. He said if there's a team I despise, it's United.
Because of the.
I'm not buying any of that. The guy looked around the training ground.
He would have joined United if
United was his first choice, man, because of Solskjaer. It's facts.
Listen, he's not
back when he was a kid.
Oh, but look. Guys, let's not forget as we speak right now that Arsenal are up top and they were gonna go invincible this season. Apparently, that's what Arsenal.
No,
Why are you scared of it?
You did say invisible, right?
Patrick, why are you so scared?
Don't buy it.
Why can't you claim your crown? It's literally right on top of you right now, bro. Why can't you claim it? Why?
They do this, man. They do this.
Sorry,
Just claim the crown.
No,
Why do we do
I'm
this?
just gonna stop everybody. Alan, Man City's first.
Of course, and it's Man City first. Why is Patrick?
You don't have confidence in your teams, guys, at all.
I have
1 second.
Brother.
Bro, it's a prediction. Why are you so pressed by it?
He's scared. I don't know why.
Of Man City fans that they can't. If I was a Man City fan, I'd be saying, "You put me first and shut your mouth." That's what I'd be saying on it.
Literally,
Exactly, bro.
Facts.
Own it, bro. You don't listen. Take it from me. You don't know how long this shit's gonna last, bro. You don't know how long it's gonna last.
None of us Man United fans were doing this back in the day. I'm telling you, none of us.
It's so easy.
We're gonna get to
It's so
Liverpool.
easy to
We're gonna
press
get
you
to
guys.
Liverpool. Yo, guys, we're gonna move on
Unbelievable,
now. We're gonna move on now. But everyone here has put Manchester City first, except for Patrick. He's putting Arsenal first.
Listen, I never put them first. I'm just saying they're going to win the league.
For me, I'm putting the best team in England first, Liverpool, and Jurgen Klopp.
Okay. What? So since he wants to talk about,
let's move
one
on.
second. Since he wants to talk about Liverpool, let's talk about Liverpool now.
Let's not talk about
Liverpool have a couple issues here and there. Mons, you've been very vocal. You've had on your show and on the terrace all over the place. You've been mentioning how many issues you guys have, and you're not feeling very confident about midweek versus Ajax.
Nope.
How are you feeling overall about Liverpool's odds of finishing in the top four? And if you were to pick, where would you put them right now?
4th.
Wow.
God damn.
No,
That's fair. Let's be honest. At this moment in time, I've seen Liverpool against Napoli do something that Liverpool haven't done under Klopp, and that was give up. It was literally no energy, no intensity, no nothing like that. The way Klopp plays with Liverpool and the players, there was none of that.
He's never won against Napoli, has he? Klopp has never won against Napoli.
Okay, you look at the performances against Napoli last season, or when they last played to this season. They've got weak midfield that they didn't address. Obviously, they got rid of Mane, but Salah's still there, but he's been playing out wide. Nunes hasn't hit the ground running yet. There's a
That
lot.
right back, the
Alan.
right back.
Alan.
What?
About 2 years ago, we're on the football terrace. Terry's asking about Klopp's system, and I said it will not be sustainable, and I don't believe it will be sustainable. And that is the huge difference. When people are talking about Klopp could be the best thing since Sir Alex, no, he can't. He cannot. Let me tell you, he can't be, because Sir Alex was a genius. He'd bring in a coach. He'd know when to change up the system, the style of play. He'd kick a player out in his prime.
Yeah.
Van Nistelrooy, the best finisher the Premier League's ever seen.
I
Kicks him in his prime.
I noticed that.
He did that. No, it's not sustainable. It's why I can't call Trent an outstanding footballer, because in that system, exceptional.
Yeah.
Exceptional. I don't think he does that at Spurs. I don't think he does that at Man City. I'll be honest with you. I think Klopp gets the best out of him.
Man City he does that. I think at Man City, because they're how much.
I disagree. I disprectly completely.
It's Henderson.
It's by the by. It doesn't matter. The point here.
You go back
it goes stale.
Going on to Liverpool at this moment in time. At the moment, however long it takes to rectify, they're there for the taking. That's just my honest opinion. I've not seen a Liverpool team this bad under Klopp. And it's,
you think so? Even if Thiago back,
I can go. Because if I go, I'm not going to stop. So I'm going to hold back as much as I can in it. But being honest, it's not just what Jurgen Klopp does that's unsustainable. The club from top to bottom is unsustainable. And that's why I said to Patrick, enjoy this while you can, big man. Enjoy this while you can, brother. Because I swear, you never know when it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? 180 minutes off the quad to this. I was up here. I was the man last week.
I remember.
Now I'm on rock bottom. Now I'm in rock bottom. I'm not in bikini bottom anymore. And let me just go back to what I was saying. So nothing is sustainable. Our wage structure unsustainable, because any big player, before Mo Salah's contract, by the way, any big player that looks to come to Liverpool is going to look at Mo Salah and go, that guy's had 5 elite seasons at the club and he can't even get a pay rise. He can barely get a pay rise. You know what I'm saying? That guy Sadio Mane has had 4 elite seasons at Liverpool Football Club. That guy can't even get a pay rise. So you look at the wage bill of Liverpool and it's lower than a lot of the teams that are performing worse than them, are constantly finishing and playing at a level below them. So, and I know that's just the money side of things, but money makes this world tick. Let's not act stupid now. Money is more valuable than anything, more than it has been before. Yeah, and that's one factor that I say is unsustainable. The grass ain't greener on this side financially. Transfers unsustainable. After every big trophy we win, we don't invest. And if we do invest, we try and break even. It's unsustainable. You at times need a season where you overspend. You take the risk and you overspend. It's better late than never, or better, you know what I'm saying? I think there's only been one time where we must have bought in Thiago and Diogo Jota. That's the only time we've really invested. But then again, the net spend is consistently 5 million. Why? Are you content with being second? Clearly. Again, the one time we tried to spend big and try and compete with the big boys, we went and got Darwin Núñez. Says a lot, doesn't it? Barcelona go and get
Van Dijk and Alisson. That was also the compete.
No, bro. When we bought, pardon? Say that again.
No, I'm saying when you bought Van Dijk and Alisson was also to compete. I think
that wasn't to compete. I'll tell you why that wasn't to compete. Alisson had one good season. He was Szczesny's understudy. Van Dijk was just known as a very good defender, and he was just better than what we got in Lovren and an injury-prone Matip and a young Joe Gomez and a crap Ragnar Klavan. Let's have it real here, bro. These men don't.
Everybody wanted Van Dijk, including Man City.
No, everyone wanted him, but he was not the world's best centre-back at Southampton. He was just a very good centre-back, better than what we had.
Yeah, Man City wanted Fred at some point, remember that?
That's true,
Yeah,
that's true. But
The
Alisson thing, the Fabinho thing, these guys were not the best in their position before they came to Liverpool. But at the same breath, they were very respected players. In Alisson and Fabinho.
They're the two best players, man.
Everyone wanted Fabinho and Alisson. When it comes to Van Dijk, people thought you were crazy to pay the money that you paid for Van Dijk. I get that. Because at the time it was a record and he turned out to be really good. But right now, I want to know, I still have Liverpool finishing in the top 4, and I have them finishing second. What do you guys think?
I think this is me talking with Jess now. I think they're still there for the top 4, but the longer it takes them to sort this mess out, it means they move further down the top 4. You know, if they continue this for quite some time under that, Spurs or Arsenal can get second. It's not that difficult.
It's not sustainable.
They have to. Liverpool now. They have to finish in the top 2. They have to finish in the top 2. I don't. I'm not sure whether they'll finish second or third, but they have to finish in the top 2.
Okay. So
when you look at their squad.
So everyone here put Man City. I put Liverpool second. What are we saying, people, for Liverpool?
You lot got hope, boy. You lot are positive.
Wouldn't Liverpool, man,
I can't lie.
You're the only team who's gone to 90 so far recently. You guys still have the players, and I think you guys are still good enough. If Thiago and Matip and all the guys come back, Konate, you guys will still be good. But it's just a matter of what Alan is saying.
Yeah, we do have injuries as well, but
everyone gets injuries. That's not an excuse. You spent £100 million on a striker. You have to finish in top 2 after a team that's won the Champions League and the Premier League.
I disagree.
What are you saying?
I think Liverpool finished second, guys. I can't lie. Liverpool in one of their worst seasons of injuries and really bad performances with really not ideal players, still managed to get into top 4 with a team that just literally for the most part of the season was doing really bad. I understand we're obviously 6 games in, a lot of concern is being shown towards them. I just think once they figure that shit out, Liverpool is one of those teams that can get 10, 15 games of dubs straight up, man. They can be a very, very consistent team. And I'm not going to underestimate them for that reason. It's because I've seen them do it before when I generally thought they were down and out. So I'm just going to say they're going to finish second, guys. Until I see something that really burns them even further than this, I'm still saying second for Liverpool.
Okay, I'm writing this down. So Mont gave his team to go 4th. I put them second.
As it stands.
You said third?
I said 4th.
No, as it stands, he said 4th.
As it stands. Alan?
I can't. No, wait. We pause. Stop.
One second.
We can't do that.
Alan.
No. For me, you know, like I said, it's one of them things where it's something you have to give time to understand. But as it stands at this moment in time, I agree with Mons. 4th for Liverpool. The way things are going, I agree.
Why do you don't give this excuse to Man City?
Okay.
Liverpool,
thank you. Just well done.
Same table. You signed Haaland, we signed Nunes.
One second. After all of this, Patrick, where do you have Liverpool? You still have them winning the league.
Man, this team is dangerous. Don't listen to Mods. This is a dangerous team. What?
No, where are they finishing?
Second.
Wait. If they're finishing second,
do you know what's funny, guys?
1 second. Where is City finishing? Because you said City are not finishing first.
Well, exactly. I was about to say that. I'm like, how can he have this energy for when we talk about Liverpool and City is apparently their team to you? What is this?
No.
What is this? What are you doing, Patrick?
I was just winding you up.
So Patrick said Man City's winning the league. Don't worry. Okay.
Somebody's about to clip that.
So now, what? Months gone. Okay. Indiana, allow it, man. We're gonna revisit this after.
No, I was just thinking, if you went back and told 18-year-old me we'd be debating about who's going to finish first out of Man City and Liverpool, I'd have slapped you all. It just made me think. Hang on a minute. How the hell am I sat on a panel arguing about whether Man City or Liverpool are going to finish first or second?
Yeah, we've been doing this for a while, bro. What are we doing, bro? It's been like this for a while, bro.
It's been 3 years now.
It's just mad.
Hey, bro, it's our club's fault, bro. Each one of our clubs, they have to hold their shame.
I need everybody to give me their team that's going to finish third.
Spurs.
That's where it's difficult.
Spurs has to be Spurs.
No. For me at the moment, Spurs second.
What? Spurs second?
As it stands at the moment, Spurs second.
Look straight. See?
Okay.
No, I agree. I actually agree. I think
Patrick, I'm not going to do you and go, oh, Man City, best team, best manager, most money, can buy anything we want, but we're not going to win. No. Spurs at this moment in time, we're winning ugly. Conte's got most of what he wanted. He's doing a job. We're winning ugly. When it clicks, we'll get better. So for me at the moment, Spurs are second at the moment.
Wow. I agree. I think it's going to be tight between Liverpool and Spurs for second and third. I really do. I can see it being really close there. This Liverpool 4 thing though, this can't wash. We need to address this after. I'm just saying.
1 second. There's 2 people I don't understand what they're going to do.
So you man believe in Nuno? Sorry.
Mons, where do you have Tottenham?
Third or second?
Okay, if you had to pick one. Comfortably ahead of Liverpool?
I'd say second. I just think Arsenal are a little bit more frail for injuries. I think if Arsenal stay fit, they come above Tottenham, but I don't think they will stay fit. I think Tottenham just have that much more stability if they get 1 or 2 injuries. Okay. I think that's fair to say. I don't think it's unfair to say.
We're going to throw this over to you.
I know it's the dark horse, but I think Man United could be a dark horse. I know it sounds mad, but everyone predicting Man United 6th and 7th. They could be a dark horse in this thing because I can see
anyone can be a dark horse out of these teams, man.
Man City, Chelsea,
this
Liverpool.
Season.
That's your top 4. Wow. Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool.
Wow. 4 debuts.
I bet none of us get this right.
Okay. What about India? Indiana. Who do you got?
Chelsea 4th.
Chelsea 3rd or 4th?
Oh, 4th. Oh, sorry, 3rd. Third. I mean, Spurs and Liverpool again, tight for second and third. I'll put either one in either place. And Chelsea 4th for me.
Mojo, what are you saying to finish off your top 4?
I haven't even said my 3rd spot. I can't lie. So I'm gonna go Chelsea 3rd spot. 4th spot, I'm gonna say. Yeah, I said it last time, so I'm gonna just say anyway. Spurs.
Wow, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of shocked that you guys haven't mentioned Arsenal yet.
Why are you shocked?
There's a reason.
Why? Arsenal could finish anywhere from 2nd to 17th, man.
17th. Come on, now you're taking a piss. When it comes down
16th.
to it, there's people who are predicting Arsenal to finish 2nd. At this point, we're 1st in the league. Obviously, that's not gonna last forever. We have a bunch of tough games coming up: Tottenham, Liverpool, Man City. But I think I'm gonna surprise you guys. I have Tottenham finishing 3rd. I have Arsenal finishing 4th. I have Chelsea finishing 5th. In my opinion, I think Chelsea is the most unknown. They could finish anywhere, but I really believe.
I think it's United though. United look at the teams they've beaten surprisingly recently.
No, but I want to know something. Give me your take, Mojo. Why are Chelsea 2nd? Or why are Chelsea 3rd? I mean,
my opinion hasn't changed despite the manager changing. I think the squad that we have is capable of at least finishing 3rd, and obviously the rest is unknown. Like I didn't expect a managerial change, but I do feel like the squad is still capable of being in that position that I expected them to be at the start of the season. If they don't make it, they don't make it, man. It's not the end of the world, but it is what it is.
So everyone still has Chelsea in their top 4, or do you guys have Arsenal?
Nah,
I think I'm the only one.
I don't have Chelsea.
Oh wait, maybe Indiana as well. Yeah.
Apparently, Alan does too.
No. Yeah, for me, Chelsea. I'm going to have Chelsea 3rd. I think Potter is going to go one way or the other, obviously. But for me, I think Potter's going to do good bits at Chelsea and get him into 3rd. For me, Arsenal 5th. And the reason why I put Arsenal 5th is I went on a terrace after you won 5 out of 5 and Spurs drew against West Ham. And all you Arsenal fans with your smug faces again when I said the reason why I won't give Arsenal their flowers at the moment is under last season when the going got tough, Arteta crumbled and Arsenal crumbled. And I will see how it goes this season. Your first major test thereafter against Man United and you crumbled and your Arsenal fan base gave excuses as the referee and VAR were doing
As always.
So you have Chelsea finishing above Liverpool.
Yep. Chelsea 3rd, Liverpool 4th, Arsenal 5th, United 6th. Because I think United are going to have...
so possible.
No, this for me, Man United are going to have that season where they can get up for the big games, but not for the smaller games. That's how it looks like. So that's why I'm putting them 6th. If Ten Hag isn't playing the way he wants to, then they can it can change. But for me,
Alan, we lose an Ericsson or a Martinez, we'll struggle.
Yeah.
Wait,
You're 100% right.
Does everybody have Man United 6th? Because I have Chelsea.
I have Chelsea 6th too. Put them 6th.
I have Chelsea 6th.
Hey, Gal, you just said a minute ago Chelsea is 5th. Now they're 6th. They jumped down again.
I misspoke. Honestly, ask Monks. I did this earlier in the day. I had Chelsea 6th. I misspoke.
Okay, fair enough. I was just confused for a minute. So I was like, damn.
Yeah. It's not an agenda thing. Genuinely, I think this season for Chelsea. Let me just speak on Chelsea before I go to Arsenal. I think Chelsea, obviously, very, very different proposition. Thomas Tuchel has left. The players are definitely going to more or less. If they're downing tools for Tuchel, you're going to see an upturn in form. But at the same time, I think it's going to take a season of transition. There's not high expectations from the manager and the team. Obviously, the fans will still have set expectations like Mojo. But I'm looking at this team and I'm saying to themselves, they're still imbalanced. They still have a lot of the same problems before the season started. I haven't seen too many changes. The only person that could change the fortune for this team is if they go and maybe make major changes in the January window to fix them, or if Zachariah comes in and he's exactly what they needed in the midfield to help them throughout their tough times. So, long story short, I'm saying this season's a free hit for Chelsea, and they probably can finish 5th or anywhere between 6th and 5th.
Oh no, it's just the Chelsea and Arsenal free hit FC. No, don't.
I was about to say, yeah. The free hit was not stated by me, and I disagree with the statement. I still have high expectations. I just want to say that right now.
And allowed the Arsenal.
And the only reason why I put United ahead of Chelsea is because I'm looking at Chelsea playing Champions League, United playing Europa League. They can heavily rotate their team and still have a strong.
No,
team.
we can't. We can't
United,
rotate our
United. United have nobody.
No,
Who are they
you
going
guys,
to see?
the Europa League is shit.
Do you see what happened last time we rotated?
Hey, you better win it. You better win it. Egal, since this shit, you better win it, bro.
Yeah, facts.
You do realize
you said we need to respect Arsenal and talk about them higher in the Premier League, right? Cool. You're in a shit Europa League, like you said. Cool. You better win it, bro. If you don't win it, then it says a lot about your team.
You do realize
you have Arsenal finishing 5th, Mojo, right?
But Egal, see, in one aspect, you're saying about the Europa
If you
League
ask me why, I could explain. But sorry, Alan, go ahead.
So basically, you're saying the Europa League shit. That's fine and all that, but what you've already complained about is the build-up of games, and the other. But Man United have them same build-up of games with missing games, and then Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday. So you can't say one thing United and then not the same thing for Arsenal. You're contradicting yourself, and you're making again excuses for Arsenal as a fan base. That's what you're doing. It's embarrassing. It really is.
What's embarrassing?
What's embarrassing?
So I
you're
just
basically Man United because he's like Europa League shit. Not a problem. They can rotate this and the other one. They quite clearly they can't. But you're already complaining about your build-up of fixtures and having games postponed.
I've never complained about fixtures.
Your Arsenal fan base have been and all that. I saw them crying on Twitter.
Wait, Arsenal don't complain. Arsenal doesn't complain about fixtures. Wait a minute. What kind of world are we living in? What is this? Why are we lying?
That's Antonio Conte in his last press conference. If you haven't heard. But let's not project.
Yeah, that's childish. I can't lie.
That's Antonio Conte in his last press conference. Am I wrong? Did he not complain about
Hold on. Wait.
Anyway, I don't want to
very well. Hold on. You deflected very well. I said about your Arsenal fan base, and then you decided to go on what a manager said. But all managers are saying the same thing because they're having to deal with players and fixtures. Spurs as a fan base are like, okay, that's fair enough. Your Arsenal fan base are the ones crying like you cried.
No.
Officials.
I will say this right now. Antonio Conte is the biggest hypocrite in world football.
Wow.
Not me.
What did Conte do to you?
He will say he will put finger point and make fun of people who celebrate, and then he will celebrate like a maniac. He will finger point and make fun of managers. He'll finger point and make fun of managers who complain about fixture congestion, and then 2 years later complain about the exact same thing in the same seat that he made fun of another manager about. He's a hypocrite. Now you guys tell me
disagree.
the sample size. One second.
He agrees, by the
You
way.
always one second. You always say call a spade a spade. So let's call a spade a spade. Man is a hypocrite. He made fun of Jose for celebrating when he's celebrating in front of his face.
I just agree with you.
He's making fun of Arteta for fixture congestion. He does the exact same thing about fixture congestion. He's making fun of other teams. He's making fun of his team, obviously, for not doing stuff. He calls his team out, but at the same time,
I've agreed with you.
Undermining other. I'm done. I got my point across.
I've agreed with you 4 or 5 times, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying about Arsenal fan base. It's linked to what you just said to Indiana. I agreed with you 4 times, and you carried on.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man! Can we get let's move on from this North London?
No, I'll explain why I'm laughing.
Let's get back to the big teams. Let's go.
Okay.
I'll explain.
Patrick, Indiana. It's not Man United.
Guys, Patrick is so close to his chest. I don't know what the hell he said. Patrick, you said Man City, Liverpool, and then you never said anything else after that.
No, because you were asking.
He said Chelsea's outside the top 4.
Where's Chelsea for you?
He's outside top 4. He's already said this.
CFC.
He said
at the end of the day, if I'm looking at the other teams, Chelsea doesn't look like the team that's going to do anything. I'm sorry. And,
yeah. We still have a Champions League, though. But carry on.
I have a big agenda with Chelsea. So 6th. No, but being serious, like, okay, let's be serious. This United team is bad. We know it, but somehow the way they're playing football, I think is very effective, and it's going to be very effective in a lot of games, and we'll be surprised.
Facts. They ain't got a McTominay. They haven't. Cool.
Okay, let's go third. Look. For third, I'm going. As much as I hate to say this, and I hate this team, but I hate to say it's Spurs. Third
Because they beat you every time. It's fine.
Okay. I'm just gonna say
4th
this.
is you guys. You hear that? 4th is you.
I'm just gonna.
You're lucky that you didn't play us last weekend because we would have slapped you again like we did last time.
He's scared, bro. He's running scared. I'm just
gonna bring your Mont. You still there?
No, Mont is tired of this, bro. He still wants a midfielder.
Your Mont.
Have you finished?
Don't we all, man?
I have to run up first with you. What's up?
Give us your last 2 months. What is your 5th and 6th?
Chelsea 5th, United 6th.
Chelsea 5th, United 6th. Okay, everyone kind of has your Man United 6th, right? Indiana, who do you have for 6th?
United. I've got City, Spurs, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, United. No, I don't. No, that's the wrong one. City. No, I've written 2. I've written one on where I was listening to what Alan was saying actually, and but I was going to change my mind because this is so close. This is difficult. I hate this, but I think I'm going to have to go on. I have to go on what the managers have and to work with, and I think it's got to be City, Liverpool, Spurs, and again, Liverpool and Spurs could be in either position. Chelsea, Arsenal, United.
Patrick, where do you have Arsenal and Tottenham? Because I don't know.
I told you Arsenal. Tottenham is 3rd, and Arsenal is 4th.
4th.
Yeah.
It's so possible, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is interesting.
Then do you want me to finish it so that you don't keep coming back to me?
Yeah.
Because he keeps cutting me off and going somewhere. He comes back. Okay, so 5th is Man United and 6th is Chelsea. Chelsea even 7th if we negotiate.
Okay, bro.
It still won't get your Champions League. It's all good, bro.
That Champions League.
You had Arsenal 6th. You had Arsenal 5th and Man United 6th, right?
Who did?
Okay. So I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. So
what was that?
I just did it. I just did the whole thing. So everybody had Manchester City. Everybody had Manchester City winning, right? The unanimous second. 4 people had Liverpool second. 2 people had Tottenham second. So Tottenham by default are gonna get 3rd, right?
The fuck we are.
But default what? Yeah. That's true.
Because Tottenham got the most second place votes and they have the most 3rd place votes. They're gonna get second. Man. They're gonna get 3rd.
Criminals, guys. Criminals. The lot of you.
Arsenal is only in 1, 2, 3 people's top fours. Chelsea is in 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Chelsea's only in 3 people's top fours, but because Chelsea have a higher position in 2 of the people's top fours, they overtake Arsenal in this.
All this for Newcastle to be fourth.
Hey,
Isn't
this
it?
is
All
magic.
this
On Arsenal channel, let's go. We're taking
So
this
Chelsea,
win. We're taking
we
the
have-
fucking dub, guys.
Imagine they
So
come in
this
and
is-
slip Arsenal
so
into
based-
7th, man.
So based
Oh
on
my
based on our orders, this is what we've come up with. We have Man City first, Liverpool second, Tottenham third, Chelsea fourth, Arsenal fifth, Man United sixth. Based on everyone's votes. And you know what the difference was? The difference was Arsenal finished fourth in my list, finished fourth in Patrick's list, and third in Mont's list. But Chelsea were second in Allen's. I mean, third in Allen's and Mojo's. So that was the difference between Chelsea.
Can I
and
also say this? It also helps that I put Arsenal fifth. So I'm happy as a Chelsea fan that I did this. Arsenal fifth, where they belong. Let's go.
Agreed.
Yeah, you're thinking tactically.
I'm going to channel my inner Rafa
Tactically,
Benitez.
it worked, bro. The plan worked.
These are facts.
No, but are you guys happy with this, or do you think there's no way?
No,
Chelsea-
I'm not happy with this.
Why would I be
Champions
happy
League
with this?
football. Why am I happy with this?
Bro,
No, I mean, like,
why would I be
as a
happy?
prediction. I don't mean as the actual league positions. I mean
Wait,
as a prediction.
Igao. What you could do is obviously go, because you've wrote them all down, is show on the tier thing exactly everyone's position of how they have it, so we can get a visual rather than just saying it. So you do your own, how you had your 4, like obviously Man City, whatever. You move the badges around.
This is my 4, right?
Hey,
So
why are
that's-
you lying? You said sixth. You said we're sixth. Put me down, bro. There you
Okay.
go.
That is my 6, right? That is my 6, right? Then we're gonna go to Mojo's. This is Mojo's. Where is it? This is Mojo's, right?
Now
Then we're
Arsenal's
gonna go-
fifth on my window.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so this is Mojo's, right? Then we go to Mons. Mons has
Disrespect to Brighton.
Tottenham. Mons has that. That's Mons' list,
Okay.
right? Then we go to Allen. Allen has Arsenal 5th, Man United 6th, Liverpool there, Chelsea 2nd,
Nope.
3rd.
not second.
Chelsea's 3rd, Tottenham
Yeah, that's
2nd.
right, guys. That's how it's going to finish.
That's how Allen has his. And then Indiana's is not too different. Indiana just has Liverpool 2nd,
No, I could have them either way. I
Liverpool
honestly,
2nd, and then
things are
this is
so
the exact
tight, man.
same. And then the final one is Patrick. Patrick's is absolutely mad. He has Chelsea last. No, Chelsea last.
Yeah,
with
put me
me.
back to the bottom, man.
No,
Arsenal.
let's be honest. He had Liverpool winning, Patrick, and he had Man City 2nd. That's what he said at the start.
Wait, what are you doing?
This is what he said.
That's what you originally had. Anyway,
Bring it
Oh,
back.
now you want to have a voice. Is that what we're doing, Patrick? Now you want to talk.
no, but this is Patrick, right? That's
I just feel like things will go mad, Igao. I just feel like regardless of whatever we say here, this season is so unpredictable. Things are going to go mad. You know what's going to be funny? If a certain club ends up finishing above everybody, you'll be like, wow. Because it's just mad. Look at that table right now. It's just too close. I've never seen that close.
You know what?
before.
You know
There used
what?
to be
I'm
gaps.
gonna keep this written down. We'll regroup after the World Cup. See if a lot has changed. But you know
Igao,
what? Yeah.
we should do on sort of the last couple of windows, players that have been brought in and where they should be finishing,
No,
where these
definitely.
teams should be finishing in the
Hey,
league,
Also,
because
can
that's
I
a
just
very
say,
different conversation.
I feel like Indiana, do you have something to say about Nunes? Because that brother's dead food. Do you believe in him?
No, I don't believe in him. I don't actually.
So why do you,
And when I say that, not to the Haaland level. I don't.
he is nowhere near Haaland.
No,
Nunes is
I know this.
better than Jota. Nunes ain't even
No,
better
he
than
plays
Jota.
for you. Monty. Hey, he plays for you, bro. Monts, what are you doing?
Listen, I can
still have it just because he plays to me. My judgment doesn't. There's no smoke screen in front of me.
no,
I know
but
you
You gotta play the smokes in front of the rivals. That's what you do,
Can I
bro.
Can I just mention one thing quickly before we jump into this? Our relegation changed completely, boys. We had Fulham
Again?
getting relegated. Fulham was in our relegation chat, remember?
Yeah.
They're not getting relegated no more, boys.
Wait,
I hate.
way too early. Hull, wait, that season with Hull, they were basically in the top 4, but up until November, December, and then they just survived relegation that same season. It can happen. Just because it's early doesn't mean anything.
Can I just apologize as well? I just want to make an apology to Brendan Rodgers. I don't know how, but Thomas Tuchel got fired before Brendan Rodgers, guys. So it is what it is. When football's unpredictable, guys. I just want to apologize.
He lost every game. Look at the table. It's just L for Leicester.
Literally, bro, he's a 1 point bottom of the table. Thomas Tuchel has lost the job before Brendan Rodgers. I don't understand.
Can I just think, in regards to Nunes, I think there's a player in there. If he can stop challenging these into Zidane, I reckon there's a player in there somewhere because he likes a headbutt, don't he? So I think it's too early for him. I think it's too early to judge him. Once he gets set into Liverpool and all that, I think he'll be a decent player. A decent finisher. I just don't think I think it's too early to judge. Once is obviously annoyed because for 85 million, whether it was just when you expect him to come and do what Haaland's doing, and it hasn't happened so far.
That's the point, though. That's the point, though. No, but that's.
I've never compared him to Haaland. I've never compared him to Haaland.
No one's saying that.
No, you expect him to be doing what Haaland's doing because the amount you paid for him. You expect a striker to when you pay 85 million. You expect
I expect, but I already knew his profile before he joined. So when I was hearing the price tag, as opposed to the profile of the player, I was thinking, like this guy's not even got the background. He's had one.
He'll be.
What grade?
He'll be up there in the goals. He'll be up there.
Hey, Bonds.
He doesn't score more than 13 Premier League goals this season.
Let's just do this quickly. What grade do you guys give Nunes? If you had to go A, B, C, D, or E, or A, B, C, D, or F?
I'm not a reactionary guy, bro. Unclassified for me as well.
This is a reactionary. I've had this energy
exactly. I'm not a reactionary guy, man.
No. What's the grade that you'd give him? A, B, C, D.
As of now,
yeah.
Okay, based on how it's gone, you got to give him a low grade, but I'm pretty sure that will change by now.
Can I just make the point where this is not reactionary from me? I have always thought this guy is dead food. When he was linked to Man United, I was laughing. When he was linked to Man United before we'd come in, I was saying I was laughing at them, man. Because I thought, when Man United, a lot of the time, even if they're not at their best, they'll still go and get a player amidst the links. Maybe not with De Jong, but, we've seen it happen. With Casemiro, how you pulled it off, I'll never understand. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Are we calling him a flop? I'm confused.
No. Do you know what it is? He's not a flop. I just don't think he's good enough for Liverpool. I think he should have come in for 30 million as a replacement for Divock Origi. He's not better than Diogo Jota, and he sure as hell isn't anywhere near Mane as a
Oh, I think he's a better finisher.
Then who?
Than Jota.
Impossible.
No, this is a guy who was shutting down Liverpool fans on the football terrace when they were telling me Thiago would be a better signing than Jota, and I said that season that Jota would be a more important signing. I've always rated him. I loved him at Wolves. In the box, his movement is so much better. He's a better header of the ball. He's a better finisher with both feet. His movement across the keeper, hitting the posts, actually his positional is so good in the box. He's incredible. If you're talking about a footballer running at players, very different. For me, it's Jota because I think Jota's relentless. And Jota's movement's good, by the way. But this he's a much better finisher. Now it's up to Klopp to start gelling these players together and getting the best out of them.
Look at him in the Community Shield.
I was just gonna wrap the show up quickly with a quick game. So since we're doing this, let's just do this quickly. What do you guys think of some of the signings? Koulibaly, what do you give him? ABC.
Koulibaly.
What are you guys giving him? Because he's had a poor start. But I'm not going to be
had the best of
reactionary.
starts, innit?
He's not had the best of starts, but I'm not going to be reactionary. I'm going to give him
I still rate him as a player, bro.
I'll give him a C against Spurs. I'll give him
from time I saw him chase a player around in a circle.
Can I say something? It got.
I'll tell you guys this.
Were you there?
Matt Turner, who's been signed for Arsenal, he's a flop. This guy won't last 2 seasons at our club.
Wait, who's Matt Turner?
Who are you on about?
Matt Turner, our backup goalkeeper, is horrendous.
He related to Tina Turner at all.
If you ever play against him, easy 4 goals. I'm telling you, he's terrible.
How? We haven't even seen him. We don't even know.
Yeah, I ain't seen enough of him.
Bad.
Where'd you get him
from? So bad. Like, have you ever had a goalkeeper where every time he touches the ball, you're just like,
Is this guy real? No one's heard about this guy, man. What's going on here? Is
I
he a
can't lie.
reserve
How did we go from
keeper?
Koulibaly to Matt Turner? But who the hell's Matt Turner?
Yeah,
That's what I'm
no,
at.
bring me such names.
Can we just stick that on Koulibaly? Let's not escape that Mo. Don't worry. I got my eyes on Koulibaly, by the way. I got my eyes on him. Don't worry. Listen.
I got my eyes on Van Dijk. What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? I can do the same game, bro. Let's go.
We don't eat at the same table. Listen.
fair?
Go, bro. We will eat at the same table right now, bro. Let's go.
Can I say, Mo? Can I say something right now? Mo, can I say something right now? You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like this. You're really not gonna like this. Yeah? But listen, you see how Koulibaly's been crap for about 4 games now. No one, have you realized that no one's really spoke about it? You know why? Because no one cares. No one cares. You see when someone goes past Van Dijk, when Van Dijk makes a mistake, you see when Van Dijk makes a mistake, the whole world needs to know about it. It's like when it's like when the heavyweight champion,
when a team hypes him up to be one of the best defenders ever to touch a ball, bro. There's a difference.
He's not even the best Dutch. He's not even the best Dutch centre back to become in the Premier League.
Like, do you know how long man have waited?
You don't know about
for a bad run of games from Van Dijk?
Yapstam was the guy. I'm telling you.
No. I've never said Van Dijk is the best defender of all time. That's just silly. That's just stupidness. But let's talk about again of recent. No one's been near Van Dijk. You man tried to do the Thiago. You man tried to push the Thiago Silva narrative. You tried to do that.
Thiago Silva is better than Van Dijk if he wasn't as old as he is. Simple as, bro.
Again, if buts and maybes, Donny's got no kneecaps.
Bro,
anymore.
that's the truth.
Do
you want me to lie to you, bro? The guy is fucking intelligent, bro. At the age of 38, look at what he's done for us.
Yeah, so don't try to push the narrative. At the end of the day, if someone goes past Van Dijk, you're going to hear about it. You have waited 5 years to make this stroke. You've waited 5 years.
Robert is watching people score at his neck, bro. What are we talking about?
You waited 5 years for this type of game.
What would you do for that cycle, bro? If we're going to run narrative, trust me, bro. Van Dijk, I have tapes. I can run them shit, bro. I don't even rate the guy, but I can run the tapes, bro. We can do this shit. But you Liverpool fans, look, right now you're sat there quiet as hell, yeah. But not too long ago, Liverpool had the best goalkeeper in the world, the best centre back in the world, the best midfielder in the world, the best forward in the world. What do you want me to do, bro? The best manager in the world. There was nothing left. Liverpool had it all, but they were still finishing second.
As I said, that's not enough. That's again, you're going off. Go off what I say, innit? Go off what I say.
This is really interesting because he's bang on about Liverpool fans, but at the same time, I was hearing from Chelsea fans the best team in Europe, the best team in the world, and it's all falling apart.
We won the Champions League.
Here's the thing. No. Wait. Let me tell you something. And you'll know this as a Chelsea fan, and you'll know this as a City fan. You're only a great team if you can defend the title. If you cannot defend the title, I'm not putting you anywhere near great. Nowhere near. You can't be there. Mm-hmm. You can't eat. You can't even come to that restaurant, let alone that table.
What if you win multiple league titles over a short period?
What do you mean?
What if you win again? Like if you was to win the Premier League and then to win the Champions League?
No, I need you to defend the title. Listen, Champions League is very different for me because although you have to win it, there's many factors. There is knockout football. League structure is the only way of telling how good your side is. It's the only way.
Yeah.
For me, you have to defend the title. You have to defend the title to be the greatest.
All I know is we were the best because we won it, guys. I don't know. Why are we fighting about this?
Indiana, do you know what my gripe is, bro? Indiana, do you know what my gripe is?
At the time, we were, guys. That's why we won. I don't know why we're fighting about this.
My issue is that, for one, Chelsea fans are so used to winning. You know, I think this millennium they probably won the most trophies this millennium in terms of just since the year 2000. I think there's a stat that about Chelsea's trophies.
I think you're right about that.
Right, yeah. So it's near Man United, and it's around that. Yeah, cool. Chelsea talk as if they're winners, yeah. And I remember once upon a time I was made fun of due to the amount of cup final losses. You know that? Do you guys remember that narrative of Liverpool in the cup final losses before we really actually started winning the big two?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Chelsea, FA Cup final defeat, Carling Cup final defeat, FA Cup final defeat, the Arsenal FA Cup final defeat. I know they've won the Champions League, but you lot call yourself winners, but you've lost your last 4. You've lost 4 out of your last 5 finals, bro.
No, wait. Chelsea Football Club have underachieved more than any football club in the last 10, 15 years due to their owner and the money.
That's underachieving.
They've underachieved.
If we're calling this underachievement, then I'm saying pretty,
if you're calling it Champions League, Club World Cup, a bunch of a league title, like
I believe
Cup 4 years ago.
No. I believe
they're not consistent. They don't win them. Like
I believe when Manchester United dropped off and Alex Ferguson is buying Michael Owen when he loses Ronaldo, and Chelsea are already there with the money and the manager and the players they're bringing in. I'm saying they should have dominated that league for a long period, picked up everything before Man City came up through. Man City should have struggled. They should be struggling to get anywhere near Chelsea. Chelsea should still be at the top of the tree after the downfall of Manchester United. Liverpool should not have won a title.
No, the revision is history. Let me just take you back. Let me 1 second.
That's the structure of the football club.
Let me just take you back. 1 second. Let me just take you back. 2015, Leicester won the league. Before that, Chelsea won it. The year after that, Chelsea won it. A couple of years before that, Chelsea won the league, if I'm not mistaken. Manchester United won the league. It was a different era. Man City transitioned into this and took over late 2010s to the early 2020.
Yeah, they should. But they shouldn't have snuck in, man. I'm saying they shouldn't have snuck in.
They build a proper structure. Guys, why are we?
No, they have built a proper structure.
Why are we downplaying that? No, but why are we downplaying what Man City did, guys? Like Man City built a proper structure.
I'm not downplaying it at all. No.
But my point exactly. The point I'm trying to say is, look, the reason Chelsea didn't is because Chelsea got to the top and got complacent. Man City built a proper structure, got the best manager in the world, and did what they did to be where they are, and deservedly so, guys. I'm actually, Indiana. You'd think I completely disagree with you. I think we should have won more than what we did. If we had done our shit correctly and we weren't complacent, we should have won more than we did. But because we got complacent and did some stupidness, like Mr. Mons over here was explaining a second ago, we don't capitalize on us winning shit. We did the same exact thing. We won shit and stopped capitalizing on them and actually strengthening our team. That's on us. We have to take that stadium. And I'm not going to hide from it. I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be sat here like a Liverpool fan. I'm not going to be sat here like a Liverpool fan saying to you, I got to these cup finals. Oh, I got to these second places. Because that's not what I want. I want us to win the shit and I want us to be consistent.
Last year.
I'm happy for you, brother. I'm happy for you. But aren't you also the same fan base that celebrates finishing second because City is so good, apparently?
Again, but what you're doing, I'm not holding you to what other Chelsea fans say. I'm holding you to what you say. I'm not going to hold you because it's easy to.
So what did I say? Go ahead then. What did I say then?
I'm just saying it's easy to target them.
You literally, did you not just quote me? Did you not just try and say this quote that because Chelsea were the best team in Europe, which I never said myself, you literally said that to me. That's what some other Chelsea fans have said. So you're not holding me.
I didn't say you're the best team in Europe. I didn't say you're the best team in Europe.
You said the best in Europe.
I didn't say you're the best. I said you won the Champions League. I didn't say you're the best team in Europe. What I'll say.
No, but were you guys not trying to question me based on that? Were you guys not trying to question me based on that?
Let me just say what I'm going to say in terms of. Let me just reply to what you said in terms of complacency. You use the word complacency. Complacency is when you're in a position of power and it's like it's more down to the some of the choices and just kind of letting it slip from your hands when really that shouldn't happen. I don't think it's down to that. I think it's down to your infrastructure never allows you to be sustainable with big trophies. I think you're a purple patch club, but the purple patch comes a little bit more often than you think because of the way you're backed financially. So the way you fire managers after 2 seasons, no matter if they're world class, like all these great, you lot have got rid of so many managers when they shouldn't have been fired, and Tuchel's another one. That there can be no monarchy, bro. There can be no sustained dominance from you lot because it's too much it's too much chopping and changing. So even if you do get to the top, Donny will regress the tiniest bit for whatever reason that is out of control of the club and the manager, and he'll still get fired for that. And therefore, you're back to square one. Well, not square one because you still have the players and the money. So you're at maybe square 2 or 3, but that's not good enough. So that, and I don't think I'm lying with that. Maybe now it's different because you've got Potter, you're giving him a longer contract, and maybe again the infrastructure is now changing. It's not Abramovich's Chelsea, but under Abramovich, bro, you're not gonna do what Man City done. You're not gonna do what Manchester United done under Ferguson, because you're chopping and changing managers regardless if they win a major trophy or not. It just is what it is.
Just sorry to interrupt. I've got to go, but I'm enjoying this mid off. I'll catch it later on watching it back on
Coming from a Spurs fan. I love that shamelessness, man. I appreciate you for it.
Let's stop our problems and fuse.
Until next time, I'm cool with it.
Take care, bro.
You gotta give it to him. He is funny. But yo, I just wanted to show you guys this. This is I just did this quickly. Let me know what you guys think. So what I did was I put stars, I put good impact, bad stars, not played yet or not played enough yet.
Where is Alvarez?
And then flops. Alvarez is not on here. Where is he? Oh, is that him?
No, that's Ortega. That's Ortega. He hasn't played yet.
Where's Alvarez?
I'm surprised that Alvarez is not there.
Oh, here he is.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there's Alvarez. Alvarez has already bagged already.
Where's Grealish, Patrick?
Once. Let's pretend
He don't want to talk about it. He don't want to talk about
it. You guys agree? There's not been that many flops yet. We haven't seen people actually flopping yet. So far, it's been a lot of good impacts.
Yeah, Grealish is a new signing this season, though, no?
Would you guys say Sterling goes in the start?
Nah.
Yeah, he's a good
I
start.
think no, good impact.
Good impact.
Good impact. Yeah, that's it.
You think Martinez goes into start?
I wouldn't say Koulibaly's
Yeah,
bad.
Martinez does.
What about him? Richarlison. Richarlison has been great.
No, but he's been a good impact,
man.
Yeah,
did you see those keep ups? Where's Alan when you need him, man?
There's no way, bro.
Wait, what I say? Alvarez is a good impact, bro. He scored 2 goals against it when he was 4-1.
No. Wait, guys.
Either he's not played enough yet or good
impact. Yeah, he's not played enough.
Why? No, I don't understand this. What is Nunes doing in flop? How can you put him as a flop?
Agreed.
Because you got a silly red card. No. Get him in flop.
No, he only played.
Nah, he can't be in flop.
Hey, no. He has an agenda against him. Ones don't like him in it. It's just a bad start, bro.
Nah, come on, you can make him a flop.
As I said, at least I'm consistent. At least I'm consistent with it.
Do you know who's a flop? That keeper who's at Leicester City.
I hear. I respect it, man.
Leicester City keeper is a flop. That keeper is horrible. His name
is
It's terrible. Is it that Ward guy?
Yeah, he's horrible. That guy is terrible.
By the way, I still want Nunes to prove me wrong, by the way, because right now he's in my bag.
He will. I think he will.
You're praying for it, man. I hear it.
Like Jota, I wasn't a massive fan of Jota. I was like, he's all right, he's decent, but he proved me wrong with the goals he was getting last
season. I was calling it, man, on the terrace. I
felt like Jota was a better fit than Nunes. This
doesn't make sense. You said Alvarez he hasn't played yet. Alvarez has scored 2 goals and has played few games. He's come
because he hasn't played it. He scored those 2 goals.
They didn't matter or anything in it. Like there's not been enough.
When you're in the category that says not played yet, it's not a negative. It's a cop out. It's like putting you in a place where it's like you can still do better. But when it says bad start, you've had a bad start. You get put in bad start. If you've had a good impact, like if you score a winner like Cavallo, even though he hasn't played much yet, the man had a good impact.
Where was Anthony, man?
What about Casemiro? Because
Where was Anthony?
Anthony's not even on his list there.
Anthony will go not played enough, I think.
No, he go in star. Do you see what he did to Arsenal? That's where he'll go.
Oh my god.
He's going star.
I'm not going to lie to you.
You see what he did against
top 2 players at the game.
You're not going to like this. You're not going to like this. But Anthony, we're going to have to wait and see. Jury's still out on him. Very much so. It's very early.
Not when we're playing Arsenal. It's not.
Let's not do the whole 1 game thing, because there's a lot of players who've had really good impacts their first game.
He's had 2 games and he was crap. He was crap in the Europa League.
Oh, by the way, what do you guys think about my Casemiro take now? Now that you've seen him play a little bit more.
What about Casemiro?
What about him? You said you would take Partey over him. That's all I remember.
No, my take.
Whoa, what?
Hey, Gal, I want to know. I know because after his stinker midweek, I want to know. I added you on Twitter as well. I said I want to know thoughts on Casemiro so far.
Bro, I just think we are going to find out the true Casemiro.
He doesn't want to say it. No, he don't want to say it. He doesn't want to say it.
Because I'm not going to say that he's a bad player. What he's accomplished in his career speaks for itself. But on the ball, in the system that they're going to try to play, close control under possession, he's not going to be suited to be that lone DM as he was where he had.
Man, he was a lone DM with midfield as well, very old.
No. I'm not even trying to, guys. Don't go crazy here. I generally have looked up. I've looked up videos. I've watched stuff. I've educated myself more on Casemiro, and all the signs have told me that what they are expecting him to do at Manchester United, unless they limit
what are they expecting him to do at Manchester United again?
To be the lone DM, to be the guy
which he was at. He was that at.
No. But even though he was a lone DM at Real Madrid. Even though he was that guy, they did not have any of the ball progression duties, any of the ball carrying duties. They kept him away from the build-up play when under pressure. This is a situation where at Manchester United, he's going to be put in a position where they originally was designed for a guy like De Jong to come in, not a destroyer.
No. Wait. I'm telling you now, if we would have signed De Jong, we'd be crying out, Man United fans, for a DM. We would be. This is the Premier League. You cannot do that. I'm sorry.
I think you needed both.
With the players that we have, with the midfielders that we have.
I think you needed both, by the way.
No, 100%. Yeah, we needed them both.
Do you think on the ball, under pressure, in this system that you guys are going to be playing, Casemiro week in, week out, will be able to perform for you guys?
I don't think they're going to. Sorry, no, go on.
Go on. No, go on. I'll go.
Just a quick. I just don't think they're going to make Casemiro the guy to receive the ball under pressure. That's someone else.
They better not, because it's not his strength. And
I think we're kind of blessed, and I say this, but I think we're kind of blessed in terms of McTominay's form right now. In that, and it sounds bad, no, but he has actually been in good form. Like he's been one of our better players. He's actually surprised me a lot, and I think we've been blessed in that because it gives Ten Hag a bit of time with Casemiro. Listen, we're talking about Casemiro, and what's really mad is the one player that we would really miss in that midfield is Eriksen, the free transfer. He's the guy that we would miss. I'd be okay with McTominay dropping out and Casemiro coming in, or the other way around. Eriksen. He'd be a much bigger miss for us. Eriksen and Martinez, and we're in trouble. Those two out, we are in trouble.
But guys, unfortunately, we've gone way over the show time. It's an hour and 30 minutes. Really do appreciate everyone who's watching the show. Just going through some of the comments, I can see my guy Dizzy in the house. We can see Netweed is in the house. Mustafa's been in the house for the whole time. Shout out to him. I really need to do a better job trying to read your comments throughout the show, guys. My apologies, my sincerest apologies. I see Jem in the chat the whole time, giving us smoke talk whenever we talk shit about Chelsea, repping Chelsea always. And then shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'll be back tomorrow 4 p.m. with some more Arsenal videos. But of course, you guys have yourself a wonderful day. Peace.